This is our game now.
Hey, while you're here waiting for the video to load, why not drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and turn your post notifications on?
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you guys ready?
Let's go! Okay, welcome everybody to Offside Bets, covering off June 11th through to the 13th. We're going to be covering baseball on this bet, so get ready to win some money. And I'm Adam. As always, I'm joined with Junior. Junior, are you ready?
Let's go!
Okay, Junior, Sox, Jays, Friday night.
Oh, I love this series.
It's one of my favorites.
You know, I've been to Fenway for this series. I've been to the Dome for this series. It's electric. Not as much this year, but Friday night we've got Stripling, who's 2-3 with a 4.71 ERA, going up against Garrett Richards, who's 4-4 with a 3.88 ERA. Sox and Jays kind of neck and neck in terms of the stretch. They both have been playing pretty well, but coming in off the road, I'm liking the Jays. You know, their run differential is kind of similar. But the only thing that kind of would worry me is that, you know, Boston's only 17-15 at home. So it just seems to make sense to take a team like the Jays who is 18-15 on the road. So I like road teams who play really well on the road, especially, you know, as we're starting to get closer to the All-Star break in the next little while. Yep. The Jays are kind of right in shot. They're half game back of the Yankees, about 4 back from the Sox. So a really good series can really make up some ground here for the Jays. So, you know, I like them to take 2 or 3 this weekend, and I think Stripling's been pitching well enough to get them through that first night.
Okay. Next up, we got the Miami Marlins at Atlanta Braves.
Yes. Braves coming off a tough series with the Phils. So I'm looking for them to kind of utilize the Marlins pitching as a salvo to the rest of the league per se. They've got Alcantara, who's got a 3.30 ERA, and Charlie Morton is on the mound. And of course, when you've got Ronald Acuna's bat and Freddie Freeman, who's just come back from the DL, who in his first game back hit a pretty decent monster shot. So I'm thinking the offense is going to get rolling here down in Miami for the Braves. So give me the Braves.
Okay. Moving along here, we got LA Dodgers at the Texas Rangers.
Yeah, this is a pretty easy pick here. You've got the arguable ace of the staff with Kershaw, who's 7-5, off to a bit of a rough start this year with a 3.66 ERA. But you also have Fulton Weiss on the other side, who's not had a good transition into the American League from the NL, sitting at 1-6 on the year with a 4.75 ERA. I just don't think his four-seam fastball has been moving the way he wants to, and he's been leaving a lot of stuff over the heart of the plate. And when you've got an offense like the Dodgers do with Bellinger, Betts, you know, I can go and name everyone, Chris Taylor, Max Muncy, you know, anyone there has the ability to take yard. So it's very easy for me to take the Dodgers. Okay.
Moving along here, Washington Nationals at the San Francisco Giants.
So we've got DeScalfini, who's 5-2, 3.5 ERA, going up against Scherzer, who's 5-4, who hasn't had his best stuff to start the year. But he does have an ERA of under 2.5. But I'm liking the offense of the Nationals here. So give me the Nats, at least on the Friday game.
Okay. And then wrapping up the Friday piece here for us with the New York Mets at the San Diego Padres.
Yeah, again, this is another easy one just based off of that pitching matchup. It's Snell, who's 2-2 against DeGrom, who is 5-2 with a sub-1 ERA. This guy's got 4 pitches that are just working like crazy right now. The drop-off between his four-seam and his changeup is absolutely ridiculous. In fact, I'll toss one more stat out, and only 6% of the hits that he's had against him have actually been barreled. So guys are not even getting good wood when they do hit him, giving up very few home runs, very few extra base hits. And the Padres are a team that kind of lives off the big hits, the big long balls. Yeah. So I think that DeGrom is definitely going to limit them in this game. So give me the Mets.
Okay. Switch over to Saturday here. Okay, so Saturday, game 2 of the Jays series versus the Red Sox. Who do you like here? Who's on the mound?
We have Steven Matz, who's 6-3 with a 4.5 ERA, going up against Nick Pivetta, who is 6-1 with a 3.78 ERA. Pivetta's been good at home, but Matz has been good on the road.
Mm-hmm.
So this is almost a coin toss. You're going to have to see who's got the better offense Friday night and kind of ride that hot hand.
Okay.
When you look at the monster being a hindrance, these young Jays have so much pop in their bat that I don't think the monster is going to be an issue for them. Look for Randall Grichuk to have a good game. He's been kind of riding a big hot streak, hit his 13th the other night, and he's just kind of playing with the time that's given to him until Springer comes back. So I really think he's going to want to maximize his time, which could end up being a really nice trade chip for the Jays, just to maybe get another arm kind of into that bullpen or into the starting rotation. So either way, balanced with a balance of riches in the Jays system right now on this team. So I just think Pivetta at home might be a bit too much for the Jays here. So give me Pivetta and the Sox at home.
Okay. Back up Miami, and Atlanta here in the second game of their series.
Yeah, so it's Max Fried on the road for the Braves, and the Marlins have not named their starter for Saturday yet. Fried has not been good on the road. In fact, he's been almost atrocious on the road. So I don't even need to know who the Marlins are putting out on Saturday. Give me the Marlins.
Okay. Then you got LA back at Texas, game 2.
So this is Bauer coming out. So you got Bauer coming in, and he's got a bit of a history with Texas, and I think he's still got some pretty strong hate for them. So he's going to have a bit of a chip on his shoulder coming out. Probably strike out a couple of guys with his eyes closed. He tends to get these things over. But then you got Allard on the other side, who's 1-2 with 3.5 ERA. Again, offense is going to rule here, and I think that the Dodgers are just going to be too much for the Rangers.
Okay. Washington at San Fran, game 2.
Yeah, so this is a makeup game here. You've got Kevin Gausman, who's 7-0 with a 1.27 ERA for the Giants, and then Ross, who's 2-6 and kind of a triple the ERA that Gausman has. So just because Gausman's been pitching so well, it's tough not to take a hot pitcher, especially one that's rolling and has not been defeated yet this year. So give me Gausman and the Giants.
Okay, yeah. Giants, best team in baseball right now, record-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then moving along here to close it out, so you got the New York Mets, again, back at San Diego.
Yeah, so here is it's Musgrove, who's 4-5 with a 2.23, and then Stroman, who's 5-4 with a 2.41 ERA. Stroh's been pitching really well at home, and I think that, if he can get his slider, his changeup, his sinker working, then he shouldn't have too much of an issue with them. Okay. But the thing that would concern me here is that if those San Diego bats really got silenced by DeGrom on Friday night, they're going to be chomping at the bit. Mm-hmm. So give me the Padres.
Okay. And then let's load up Sundays here, wrap up the weekend. So this is the 13th, June, mm-hmm. and the final one for the Boston Red Sox Jays.
So we've got Robbie Ray and Perez. Similar records, similar ERA. At this point, I would have to kind of see how that offense has been rolling. But Sunday at Fenway, tough place to play. That's the church of baseball on Sundays. So, I had the Jays taking 2 out of 3. So I'm going to think that Robbie Ray is going to have a solid game. He's been pitching really well lately. So as tough as it is, give me the Jays.
Okay. Miami, Atlanta, wrapping up their series.
Yeah, so we got Smiley and Lopez, both 2-3. Smiley's atrocious ERA at 5.25, and he's not been good on the road. Lopez has been a little bit more shifty, sub-3 ERA, and I think the last time I saw him pitch was against the Jays, and he held the Jays kind of off balance. So I'm going to take the Marlins for that rubber match.
Okay. And then moving along here, LA, Texas, wrapping up their series.
Yeah, so you got Dane Dunning here at 2-4 with a 4.26 against Walker Buehler, who's 5-0 and coming on a lot as of late, 2.5 ERA. I think Buehler's been pitching really well enough to ride him here, and then toss in that offense. But Dunning is sneaky. He's got some really, really good stuff. He's got late movement on the fastball. His sinker just falls off the table. So he would be the only thing that would kind of worry me in terms of him keeping that offense unbalanced for LA. But still, I think that they've got enough to come through on this and take the sweep.
Okay, and Washington at San Francisco.
So this is a game they don't have pitchers for either side, but I had the Giants win 2, and I think the Nats got to win 1 at home. So I'll take the Nats on the Sunday game.
Okay, and then wrapping up the weekend rather, Mets at San Diego.
Yeah, a bit of a dud. You got Paddock at 2-5 with a 4.27, and Lucchesi, who's 1-4 with almost a 6 ERA.
Terrible Sunday baseball.
Yeah, this I think this is going to be one of those firework games. You're going to get that apple at City going up like this, going crazy because there's going to be so many home runs.
Let's see it.
Which is usually weird because Sundays don't have a lot of home runs on them. I guess it's maybe a hangover from the night before, but I'm sure these guys aren't going out and getting too drunk. So, give me the Padres. I think they're going to mash.
Okay. There you have it. So that wraps up the weekend bets for June 11th through to the 13th. As always, with betting, please play within your limit, play responsibly. We want to thank you for joining us here at Offside Bets. You can catch our other betting videos coming up very soon. Actually, they're coming up right next. So we'll see you real soon. I'm Adam.
I'm Junior. And see ya real soon.